well, make dinner, and then I gotta go work on some more commissions that are paid for, so like I said, I'll try and make more money. So that'll be fun. But anyways, listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve. I'm gonna start making some boxy putty. Other stream, we got the lower legs done. Gonna kind of do a little bit of what I did with the upper body on those. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna do it with the tail too. To get probably gonna do it kind of backwards how I was doing it, because I want to try to wrap this up today instead of like another session. Then I can paint it. Hey, Goji man. So I think that's where we're at. Hey, Poland. Stream probably for about an hour, and then I gotta go make dinner. So we're gonna try to wrap this guy up in about an hour. Sup, Godzilla Ghost? Got the putty from yesterday. Don't need any more. Oh, how's everybody doing today? You guys are doing swell? Wasn't there already a Ghost Godzilla, technically? I'm not saying you can't have an original Ghost Godzilla, but I remember there being a Ghost Godzilla. Or at least the concept of it, because that was supposed to be what Godzilla versus Destroyer originally was going to be. Look, about the same size. Oh, that'd be a fun bootleg. Or not bootleg, a fun custom. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna say, like I said, I keep not saying it can't be unique. It's just like I said, like I've definitely heard it before. No, it's so sweet though. Who doesn't like a Ghost Godzilla? Is it like a particular Godzilla? Hey, Godzilla King of the Monsters? Like, is it like Ghost God, like 54 Ghost Godzilla, or is there like a more unique one? Ooh, got a shoulder pad hanging out over here. But I know last stream was there wasn't too many people in here, but this is the progress we got last stream for Goji. So his upper body's done with all the stuff. Yeah, I think that was what the logic was. They wanted something more original for his supposedly final confrontation. Hey, Sarah. All right. Here's the feet. It's kind of funny because it's not really the most like unique sculpting here for the feet I've ever done. So they just smear some sculpting and call it a day. But that's kind of the look we're going for. And then we got this done yesterday with the lower section. So like I said, we kind of do the same thing with this putty, just be wetting it, smearing it, removing it, in order to hopefully add some add the detailing that we're looking for. Also not a sponsor, just really good tea. You guys are wondering. So my only source of caffeine. Yeah, well, you know, there's technically a joint. It's not a good joint, though. It's one of those, like, it's posable, but is it really? Anyways, we're going to be moving you guys. If you hear yelling upstairs, if you hear some random yelling in the background, that's probably my wife yelling at my kid. She's being a pill. Again, one of these days I'll change that garbage can behind me. I don't know if that helped. Sort of. Because it's like the ghosts have got, like, Godzilla inhabited Kiryu. I would say ghost is probably a little bit of a stretch. There's something going on outside with the police. Hopefully they are not here for me. -2 movie would be sweet. Or, well, that'd be what my hope is. They would be making a sequel for -2. Honestly, I kind of hope they. I guess it's like the safest they could do, but it would still be kind of cool for me. Easily just like -1's kind of a reinterpretation of the 54 movie. So it'd be cool if they did like they went to the next one where they did like their or their thought process on raids again and give us Anguirus. I'm not 100% if the Sako would fit. You might have to modify it. I don't have the figures anymore, so I don't really got a good way of telling you if you can or not. But anyways, like today's doing solid. Yesterday sucked. Because if you guys are a part of the last stream, yesterday I had to take Shin to the vet. He had an appointment at 4. It wasn't good news at the vet. Shin has a enlarged. Well, when I went to that vet, he had his spleens enlarged. So they recommended us going and get some ultrasounds, and he might have to get surgery. And if we notice any drooping in his side or stomach, to take him to a pet hospital immediately. Well, lo and behold, we get out of the vet. I get home, Shin's kind of breathing heavy, and then we notice he has like a bulge on the undersection of his stomach. So the closest animal hospital is about an hour drive. So we drove there, and then I was there till about 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday. And then found out he doesn't just have an enlarged spleen, he also has an enlarged liver, and he's anemic. So now we gotta get an ultrasound because it sounds like he's either got a really bad infection, a tumor, or cancer. It's one of the three. More likely, if it hasn't subsided yet, it's probably the other two, and he might have to get surgery. So that sucked. So yesterday was a very expensive day. So on a fun note, if you guys like this figure and are interested in getting it, it will be for sale when I'm done with it. So make sure if you guys don't follow the Instagram to go check that out, because it'll probably pop up in there first before I toss it on the Etsy. The cost for this figure or Shin's stuff? I won't get into the specifics on Shin, but let's just say it was pretty pricey. It was more money than I had. And it's gonna be even more. So I'll also probably be tossing some figures up for sale. If you want to check out my Instagram, it's Unimportant Steve. The figure probably be about $200 when I'm all said and done. Just because of the amount of work into this guy. Like, I know the base figure isn't the most expensive thing, but got a lot of work into it. Which honestly, at that price, I think it's a pretty good steal. Oh, somebody don't like my stream? Probably like $200 unacceptable. Hey, Godzilla King. Violate would be cool. I've heard rumblings that it could be. I know it sounds like he's interested in doing something like Godzilla versus Hedorah. So bringing back Hedorah, the Schmog monster. So I mentioned wanting to do like a lesser known monster. Which is kind of why I like Anger's, I think would be a cool choice, just because like Anger's doesn't really get a lot of loving. God, if they would have bootleg Ultima, I probably would have done a few of those. We'd be making some Spitfire ones. Right, just gonna add a little bit of this on the knee. Well, you figure what the movie takes place. I don't know the exact year, but it's like end of World War II. So it's like late 40s. I don't know if it was exactly 1954. Oh yeah, I saw they're doing the giant condor. That's sweet. I'm pretty excited for giant condor. Hopefully that music doesn't come through. I hear Moana playing upstairs. um, it's tough because this isn't the best figure, but then again, at its price point, there's not like there's a better minus one you could get. To be fair, um, if anything, official wise, I would recommend probably the Super 7. The Super 7's cool. It's nice. It's big. I got it sitting here. I can show you in a second. But it's a big figure. It looks good. It's not perfect, but it's still really posable. Detail wise, it's better than this. But it's also cheaper than getting the Monsterarts. It's actually like half the price. So that would be my go-to still. I only ever really recommend bootlegs if you plan on working on them. Like this guy when he came, like if you've seen the unboxing video, like his spines were like deformed, his face is fudged up. He doesn't even have teeth. I had to redo the teeth. But it's like for a NECA, like the old NECA Godzilla price is like this thing's better than what a NECA Godzilla figure was still. So it's got that going for it. But if you see another boxing video and it looked fine for you, like go for it. I just don't, like I said, I'm not super big into supporting buying bootlegs because it hurts the original maker. If we want them to keep making these figures, you gotta kind of help support the line. Yeah, the bootleg Mecha was sweet. Again, another one of those figures. You gotta buy if you're buying it. It probably needs some work still. That one need less work, for sure. But again, like the bootlegs are always the fun ones to really invest the time into. Yeah, because you'll even see here, like I redid his teeth. If you look underneath, they're still kind of blocky, but from the front, from the front and like side angles, it still kind of looks like normal teeth. Okay, so that's the legs now. I can maybe add a little bit there. Take a little chunk. And then I'm just going to be going through on the tail really quick and trying to do this too, and then we'll add a couple of blops here and there. I will say this is like the weirdest way to sculpt. But it's effective for this one. Mainly just trying to pack it in, smooth it out, because I still want some of the scaling to show through on it. Yeah, I would still say, all said and done, the Monsterarts one's still the best one in terms of just detailing, posability. I don't think there's really much of a comparison, but like bang for your buck. Here I can bang for your buck. I gotta be careful because I don't want to get epoxy putty on it. But this one's still really good. Like I said, he needs a little bit of loving. Like he's super glossy. Like you can see right there, you can see the shine coming off of this thing. Like he's looked like he's come out of water, and then he's got a little bit of that like Playmates kind of feel to it with the chest section. But detail wise, still looks overall good. I just wish they did a little bit more color on it. Like I said, at the price point, I think he's fine. He also comes with extra head. Godzilla does Godzilla stop motion. There you go. Always down for stop motion. Steve was Walter White when I joined. Could be. I haven't started making that yet, if that helps. Not yet, anyways. But I digress. Do I want a little pocket on this side? Debating. It's kind of how it looks with the gloves, to be fair. Yeah, we'll add a little piece. Dipping this in water. It's kind of funny. I didn't grab any particular water. I just have some water here I was using for thinning out paint because I was doing some washes. So it's kind of dirty water, but it works for this. It gets the job done. Because my hope is next stream we'll be working on painting this guy. Because probably while I'm painting this guy, I'll paint the steel, the Super 7 too, because I'll be using a lot of the same colors. Well, some of the same paints anyways. I gotta look at the video again. Because I want them darker, and then we're going to be doing the blue spines on them. Oh, the McFarlane ones? Yeah, those are pretty sweet. But yeah, we're custom. Yeah, this is a full custom. Like I said, we're doing all the fun sculpting onto this to make the protruding skin sections. Honestly, I probably should go a little harder on these legs. I'm trying not to because I would like to make a little less work for me, but there's some sections I could use a little bit of this. Like right here. Just smear it in there. I also got some commissions currently curing up in the garage. I was spraying those today because I meant to do that Monday. Actually, I meant to do it Sunday, and I was like, oh, I'll do it that night, and then Shim was kind of acting up, so pretty much been taking care of the dog randomly. So I'm definitely behind. It's kind of just been the problem lately. Just everything kind of keeps putting me behind. Because even this channel hasn't been doing the best in terms of views. Views and traffic. Because YouTube's just kind of not been great lately. Okay, we're going to do this. Kind of hook together. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about the under section of the tail because there's no point really detailing the bottom because it's not like you're going to really, it's going to be sitting on the ground. So there's not really much of a reason to do that. Ugh, you don't want me to talk about 2019 then. Like I said, I like the legendary Godzilla. I like the designs in the movie, and the monster fights are sweet. It's the best part of the movie, though. So it's one of those movies that is great for. Oh well, welcome back on release, but it's really great for like YouTube clips, like what just like watching YouTube clips of the monster fights. That's all I really need. Usually, if I pop on the movie, it tends to be just like background fodder, and I'll pay attention once the monsters show up. But I tend to, because I don't know, I just don't find the human part of it to really be that interesting. Like not nearly as much as like the um the previous movie. Still gonna be adding some bulge sections, but the tail I'm not gonna be going that hard on. So this is where it's also kind of dangerous because the tail you lose a lot of detailing on. Trying to remove chunks and it's being difficult now because it's wet. It is true, but it's like, well, I was gonna say, well, technically in every movie he almost dies, but like not like he's close to it. Because like Godzilla vs Kong, like Mecha Godzilla almost had him killed. And Kong saves the day. No, wrong water. Yeah, especially for me, 2019 is my least favorite out of the legendary movies. Well, actually, it's probably Godzilla vs Kong. Godzilla vs Kong's probably my least, the one I would go back to watching especially now that we got New Empire, which I think overall was a better movie. So if I rewatch stuff, I think Godzilla versus Kong's probably the one I go back to the least. Because it's that same problem where it's like the monster fights are great, but the human part of it I just don't really care for. But there's like particular sections of Godzilla versus Kong that I just really don't care for. Like the Kong stuff's fine. The storyline, the plot points of Mechagodzilla is not very good at all for me. Yeah, no, see, like I really liked that part. The human parts I actually didn't mind in that one. If anything, I had more problem with the soundtrack than anything. Like the soundtrack to me just sounded like a bunch of TikTok shorts in a way. But again, monster stuff's great in that movie, and there's a lot more of it, so that definitely helps with the watchability of it. And it just looks good. Oh, I think my wife's vacuuming. I think that's the sound I hear upstairs. There we go. Let's kind of pack some parts in. Oh, you were able to get the exclusive one? That's sweet. I kind of wanted, but I ended up skipping out on it because the Ghidorah head doesn't work with the regular Ghidorah, which kind of sucks. And I know if I would have got it in, I probably would have been a little nefarious and used the 3D scanner. And maybe would have scanned the head for to make a Ghidorah for my part, for mine. And then probably would have sold it off afterwards. Because I only really wanted it for that little extra piece. And then the whole problem with that even is yeah, I'm half tempted. I know I think Jimmy in our Discord got it, so I'm half tempted to message him and be like, "Hey, can you send it to me so I can scan it real quick?" Make some copies. Okay, next we're gonna add a couple little protrusions. On release. I know my personal favorite is I like Skull Island. I think Skull Island and 14 are probably the ones I go back to the most. Like if I'm just like, I'm just kind of in the mood to watch a newer Godzilla movie. That's usually what I pop in. Oh, I don't think I mentioned it on this stream, but I know if you'll see, I'm not going to add too much to this in terms of bigger clumps of clay because I'm already adding weight to this tail, and this tail doesn't like to stay in place to begin with. So adding these little skin bulge sections, it's just going to keep adding more and more weight to it. So I'm not going to go crazy, especially towards the back of the tail. It's mainly just the front section here. I want to add some lumps here and there. And mainly just right around where these plates are at. Kind of just blend it in with what I already did. It's kind of using the back of the Q-tip to add some detail. There we go. I think we're going to call that good. We didn't add any to this, but actually, before I add to that, I want to set this back in here so I could see. Actually, I got to do both of these. I got to add a little bit to it. This section here, but I'm going to try to get the tail back in real quick without messing up anything. There we go. Because then also this will help keep the tail level while it's curing. We got a little bit here. So I think we're just going to add a little bulge there. Kind of same thing. So there's a couple of bulges near the sections where the armor's kind of lifting up. Also got to be a little mindful of placement around here. Because this section isn't giving me as much, nearly the angle I think I'm currently sitting this at. But this piece doesn't sit quite outward. So honestly, the little bulge here is probably just going to be at the top. Right around there. I think I want to do a smear. There. Case O's? Can't say I have. That's a new one. I haven't seen the series yet for Ultraman Arc, so more than likely no. I just haven't really had time to get into a new Ultraman, let alone even I gotta find out where to watch it. Because I think you can watch them on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. Plus, figures are going to probably be a little bit lighter as of right now, just because of the funds for the dog. I'm definitely going to have to cut back a little bit. Unless I can sell some stuff. Plus with the holidays, it's kind of the worst time to get a sick dog. Sculpting on the -1 was probably the actual like detailed sections. Like I decided to redo the teeth on mine, which I didn't want to do the 2 picks because, to be honest, it's doable, but it just doesn't look that great in the long run. Plus, it's just a pain in the butt to try to tack and glue every single one of these on. So I decided just to sculpt it with some epoxy putty. But even that isn't the easiest thing to do because it's just like I can't just make little teeth and hope that they stay there and that they are going to stay in place with posability. So that's one of the reasons why when I did it, I made it more Bandai vinylish, where the teeth are a little more blocky, but from the front angle, they look fine. Because then if you open and close the mouth, they won't break. And that was the part I probably had to spend the most time on. At least for an individual part, because as you can see here, a lot of this is just me applying sections and just going to town. On a fun note, though, I'm not gonna be able to get these in. Okay, I won't be able to fully show what he looks like. Make sure I didn't just squish something. Oop, I did. I touched this section with my glove. Gotta smooth it out. Oh, by smooth it out, I mean just re-add some detailing. This piece here is a little moist still. Okay, now I can hopefully kind of sit you down. Reattach you. I think it's like that. Maybe. Ugh. Come on, pop in. It does not want to go in. Don't recommend applying using teeth. Doing that right? It's not like that. Yeah, no, that's okay. Easier said than done. So hard with this ring that doesn't fit properly. I'm lining it up with this stupid ball. One of these days it'll fit. What in the booty hole? Like, I can't even get that to fit back in without the piece. Am I missing something? Is there an extra piece that's supposed to be here that I'm just not aware of? Let's go back in your hole. Alright, well, I guess we're going to have to wait because I can't keep messing this up trying to put it back together. Alright, so that's the lower section. Wherever the arm went. There it is. Oh. Fell in the tube. Pop that bad boy in. So now we got the roar. Yeah, I figured it'd be fairly obvious what version of this is. This is the final scene version. For -1. So how we looked at the end of the movie. That's what I'm aiming for. So we'll be doing the spines with the translucent blue. Probably have to heat that up to get that back in, I'm assuming. But that's pretty much it for that. And I think we're going to call it good for the stream for the most part. But yeah, he's gonna be pretty dope. Like I said, if you're interested, he'll be for sale once I get them all put together. But yeah, no, turning out really sweet. I'm digging them quite a bit. It's kind of a shame because, like I said, I was doing this for me originally, but once I get some money saved back up, I'll just order another one or redo it. And then if I do that, I might just get a couple of them. Like buy just like a few. Like if he sells and I got enough interest, I might buy some extra ones to make some more for. More than likely, he'll probably end up on Instagram first, and then we'll see what Instagram, Facebook. And we'll see how it goes. He'll go on my personal Instagram at Unimportant Steve. And then usually Arnez, because Arnez takes care of the Instagram, so he'll share it to our official one, and then it'll end up on Facebook too. More than likely, he'll probably be about 200 when all is said and done. Just because of all the work. I'll probably toss a beam in with him too. Because I made some beam. I have beams I've made for -1, so he'll have a beam with him. Then I'll probably include the shipping. It'll probably be like 200 shipped. But we'll see. See how long it takes to paint. Because right now we got a good probably 5 hours and like 4 or 5 hours working on this guy so far. Adding all this stuff into it between streams. Next one, good question. Not 100%. I actually have this guy hanging around over here. I've been wanting to we had a joke, and this guy's been hanging out in my basement forever. But I've been thinking about making this into a nice Scar King whip for myself. So maybe if I'm doing videos or streams, I can have the whip to go with my gingerness, you know. To make a crystal and a handle, the hook that attaches to. It's kind of what I was thinking. Our Discord's attached to our Patreon. It's $3 to get in. It's just not trying to be mean or greedy. It's just so we don't get a bunch of like riffraff. So if like you really like the channel and you want to hand out people that like the same things as this channel, then it's a good way. We share figures, like there's a lot of people who do customs in there. We share stuff that we've gotten in, news. It's where I usually hear about the Godzilla stuff first because everybody on my Instagram beats me to it. I appreciate it on release. Shin, you want to come say hi? Shin came down. You can say he's been a little mopey. So we got to make you dinner. Yeah. So this might be the next thing I do. It'll probably be a quick one. I have to look at the movie, but like I said, we'll have to make a handle for this. Probably out of some dowel sticks and maybe some dowel sticks and foam, I'm imagining. And then make the crystal go on the tip here. Maybe 3D print something. Yeah, let's say if you like a lot of the stuff on the channel, like we got a lot of people in the Discord that are like into Transformers, so there's a lot of that stuff shared around. Godzilla, of course, Ultraman. Anime's probably the least represented thing there. Like everybody's kind of into it a little bit, but not too much sharing around of that stuff. It's mainly me. Epoxy clay, the stuff I use that I really like is Abe's Epoxy Sculpt. It's probably going to look backwards for you guys. But it's really nice because you can buy big tubs of it. And I tend to do a lot with epoxy putty, so I go with this route. This stuff works really good. So I want to say it's like 40, I think it's like $40 for this. But you essentially get 4 pounds of clay for $40. And it lasts a while. Depending on what you're working on. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a bone whip yet. It's just it's a one of those snakes that you can buy. But it's been hanging around here. I haven't done anything with it, so more than likely we're gonna make it into the bone whip. I'm thinking because if I end up going to the G Fest one year, I might just go with Scar King. So I just like walk around with this. We'll strike poses. Just point at people. I feel like super dope. Shan, what you hiding back there? Come here. You say hi to everybody? Everybody's worried about you. No. You come here? I know, we're really mopey still. He's on a lot of medication right now. You know. You say hi to everybody? You know, say hi. Doesn't got a lot of pep in his step right now. Ooh, make them stronger? That's a tough one. Because like I said, when you're doing a lot of sculpting on figures, again, weight's your worst enemy. No, the only Comic-Con I've gone to is like around here. There's like Motor City Comic-Con because I'm in Michigan. That's usually my go-to. All the other ones are just too far away. It'd be sweet, but don't really get the opportunity. We got invited to, if we went, we could do stuff. Problem is getting there. And even like the Motor City one, we're not going to be going to now because of just his vet bills and stuff. Make that a bit prohibitive now, which sucks because I was hoping to get some autographs and what have you, but it is what it is. Right? Just with the dog Shimo. You want to be Shimo, buddy? Aw. Put some crystals on your back. Yeah. Get some crystals on your back. You big dork. Oh, well, thank you. Not feeling good, but you still give kisses. You know. Like, so hopefully it's not too bad. I'm hoping he just has a bad infection. Because they gave us some antibodies and stuff to give to him. All right. But from the little ultrasound that they did, it sounds like he might need surgery. Custom Shimo, probably not. Only because there's a Playmates that's fully, there's like the Playmates you could use as a custom, but we have like the Haya coming out, which for the cost, just buy the Haya. Like the amount of work I got to put into, and just spine joints and whatnot to take like the Playmates and make it posable, or like a Bandai vinyl and make it posable. But I'm just buying the Haya. And there's the Monsterarts. So there's not really like a need for that custom. So it doesn't really interest me in doing it. Well, like this, it's like, is Bandai gonna ever make one? Is Super 7 gonna make one of these final version dudes? I doubt it. So these customs are always super fun for me to do. I like doing like the more obscure stuff anyways. Like hopefully sometime this week I got to start on another Red Lantern Godzilla. I did one of those a little bit ago, but I got commissioned to do another one. Monsters, I think it looks fine, especially the when they shared the figure around at Comic-Con stuff. It looks cool. I just think for the price, just buy the Haya. To be fair, because that's just the route I'm going to be going with it. But if I still had my Monsterarts ones and I was sticking with those, it looks like a solid figure. I've gotten that before. I've gotten Notch. I had somebody at my job come up to me, a customer that came in, and came up to me and thought I was Joss Whedon, the guy that directed Avengers. I got that one before too. You want an autograph? It's a bit thin. Not in the way the mouth is too on it. It's like the joints kind of elongated looking, so it's a little weird. But it's not like horrendously bad. High at 54 would be sweet. The other one I got to work on, might work on hopefully a little bit more today, is I've been doing a little Bull T-Rex. I got the base colors on it. So next I'll probably be doing like a little bit of washes and then working on the head a little bit and getting the stripes on. But pretty much the base colors are all sort of set on it. This is 3D printed. It's the same. Arctic Figures makes the file. You can get it on their Cults 3D. It's also where like the Zillas I've done on the channel before. It's made by the same dude. So if you have a 3D printer, Telltale sign, you can definitely tell as it still has some of the 3D print pegs marks on the bottom. Maybe. I got quite a few friends that are probably going next year. So there's a possibility. I don't want to say it's 100% certain because it is a bit of a drive to go there. We did do a Godzilla in Hell custom. It's on the channel. I made the doppelganger figure, another one I made for myself and I ended up selling it. But that one was sweet. I did. Oh, yeah, the new Super 7. I pre-ordered it. It's the only one I pre-ordered. The other two I got in for commissions, which I think are fine. But I like the charging with the spikes popped up. I think is a super sweet look, and I like that the spines are translucent. So I'm kind of sold on that one. And then the poster Space Godzilla, which looks like the Treadmaster. Sign me up. Just some snatch for Halloween next year. I didn't think that'd be. I don't know. The one, it's like I could dress up as them, but like, who's gonna like? It's just gonna be me. Me in some like different regular clothing. At least like with weed, I could maybe put like a badge on or something, like like director thing. Yeah, I pre-ordered the Master Space G. It's technically the poster version, but it's the same color, so I was down for it. Best bootleg for customs? That's a toughie. Honestly, it's probably the legendaries. I'm not. That being said, the face is kind of rough depending on which bootleg you get of the legendary. But there's so many different versions you can go with that, even like comics and whatnot. So those are solid. Minus one's got a few potentials if you want to go with it. Like doing this one is a cool one. You can do your own unique things. Do an exploded head version would be kind of cool. You can make them gold with the bow tie. I'm trying to think of what other bootleg Godzilla stuff there is that isn't like vinyls. How to fix the teeth? I used epoxy putty. Again, I kind of did a more Bandai vinylish. If you guys could see, underneath they're a bit more squared off. But from the front, it looks more like, from the front, it looks like teeth. And from angles, it's fine. But when you like look straight on, it's a bit of a turnoff. But sitting on your shelf, because like ideally you're gonna have them posed kind of like this, it looks good. And that's what I was aiming for, because again, I don't want to be posing this thing and then the teeth be breaking off because I applied too much pressure. A creeper costume? Be the Jeepers Creepers? Oh, that'd be an interesting one. Now the one I gotta finish is I gotta finish the Major West one from Lost in Space. I sanded the helmet a while back, and I got a primer. I got to do like the primer sanding for it. I think I might have found a leather jacket for it, but I want to try to lose a little more weight before I order stuff. Oh, he did paint it. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm remembering now. I'm remembering that. Yep. As fragile? No. It's actually a lot of this is soft, like soft plastic. So these are pretty flexible. The only problem is they're also pretty flexible, so they tend to warp pretty easy. Like the one when I got it in, they were all like bent to hell, and like the back ones here. I'm trying not to touch this too much because again it's curing. But like all of these were like bent to the side. So it's like it didn't break on a high note, but you definitely lose a little bit because of the way it's done. It's not as fragile, but it doesn't look as good. I'd still be down to do a movie. I still wish they would just like for the Legendary Godzillas like do something with like you like kind of like what they did with what was that Ryan Reynolds movie that had the streamers in it? Because they had like Jacksepticeye and stuff. I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. But something like that, where you just have like people in the background just like watching YouTube videos or something, and then like we'd be in it. Free Guy, yeah, that one. And doing something like that and get like some like content creators on there. Even if it was not me, if it was just like some other like bigger name Godzilla people, it would be sweet. Gamma custom, more than likely no. I know I got the X Plus Legion. I was tempted to make posable a while back, but it just looked good. I like the way it looks on the shelf right now, so I just haven't messed with it. And honestly, there just hasn't really been that much Gamera stuff to really feel the need to customize. I wish they made like a bootleg of the Rebirth Gamera, just so there was a So I can mess around with that a bit. What was I for Halloween? I went Halloween camping, and we all dressed up as Nintendo characters. The extended family were all different Nintendo characters. So I was Star Fox. We did a stream a little bit of me working on the outfit. I don't know if I have it. I think it's still hanging out of the back of my truck. Well, I was like cheap Star Fox. I made the helmets. I bought one of those like cheap talk like Fox masks so you can move the mouth. I painted it to look like Super Nintendo Star Fox. I had like the orange jumper. I found a jacket that worked. I made a belt. It ended up being more scary. It was almost like a like Five Nights at Freddy's like Willy's Wonderland looking Star Fox. So I liked it a lot. Some people got caught what it was pretty quick, and then some people were just creeped out by it. So it was a win-win. And then my mother bought me because Casey's going as Moana, so my mom as a joke bought Tomatonga. I think that's his name, the shiny crab from Moana. She bought that outfit, so I was like, sure. We just walked around the neighborhood in that. So I was Tomatonga. I was shiny. This coming year, my hope is, like I mentioned, hopefully finish that Don West helmet to maybe do like a convention with that. And then prop wise, be probably making the Scar King whip. And then maybe doing a convention with that. Just have to figure out because I wonder if they make like a red monkey outfit and then just cut out the head. Because it was just like I can still see this. I just need to be like hairy, and I'm not hairy enough to just go shirtless. So I don't want to traumatize children. Beetlejuice be cool. I also have a Riddler. I have like majority done. I actually have the mask. I have the mask. I have the glasses. I still needed the boots. I found a jacket, which annoys me because I have like the exact jacket from the movie. I found one scouring eBay, and I haven't been able to do a convention with it yet. So that was another one. I actually have 2 minutes. Hold on, I can show you. A second. I think something might have got on it. Because in the movie he had, I forget the technical term for it, but it's a Green Army jacket, but it's specifically like a German Army jacket. And I found the exact one. Although this one I think has a patch on it or something. But I got it on eBay. And it came with a liner, so I ripped the liner out. It like just fits. I have the pants upstairs. Yeah, it's like there's if you back there's like all Jurassic Park. It's hanging out back there. And then oh yeah, some stuff got on it. But I have a cheap one that I got for the mask. I have a cheap one, and then I found an official one, which this is what kind of got me into making the outfit originally. This is like the actual mask that you can still get a hold of. But honestly, the knockoff one here just looks better. Ugh. In a way. Right, the beer kind of hides everything, but they're not knockoff, but this is like the actual like Halloween costume version. Ugh. I don't think we have a single Hammond Collection Raptor. I got Amber Collection Raptors. Heyman, we didn't really buy too much, to be fair. Oh. Sorry, tried to get out of this. Like I said, the jacket, like the size I ended up having to get was like just fits, so it's kind of snug, which worked. But yeah, it's a little disorganized, but like it's all Jurassic Park here. We gotta move everything around, but it's also where like my arcade cabinet and stuff is. No, he's expensive. It's also like all the original Jurassic Park ones are here. So you got like the Command Center, Red T-Rex, the old Spino. I just say I don't got the best lighting over here, but there's a ton. Also, like I said, the basement's kind of a mess right now. If we randomly clean it up, and then stuff gets messed up. We also brought these guys down recently too. It might be easier just to. Eventually planning on cleaning them up, and displaying them a little bit better. But that's what we got so far. Ultra-Act, yeah, I got a few. Those are some of the ones I'm thinking about selling to kind of make some room. Red Rex for $40 is pretty good. I'd hop on it. Just make sure for that price. It's sometimes they're missing the arm or whatever. Ooh, fun. Gundams are great. I still actually have a couple of Gundam kits I still got to put together randomly. One of these days. But anyways, gonna call this stream good. I gotta go make dinner. So help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button. Subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, like people the day what you want to donate. Greatly would appreciate it. I wish I had it. It's like I don't even want a Tesla, but if I had a Tesla, I'd still be excited because it'd be money. It'd be dope. Yeah, our entire house is like pretty much one big action figure display. So wish I had more prototypes. I only got like random anime figure prototypes. No, it's my beard. It's my nice red beard that's starting to get like some white in it, and it's making me sad. Anyways, if you guys like to pick up some action figures for yourself, link in the description for Entertainment Earth. You can help support the channel one way. If you guys are already buying your Monsterarts, Super 7s, whatever, Godzilla figures, you can probably have the shirt. I got it for free. It's really nice though because it's very cool. Even though I'm pretty sure it's one of those like China product t-shirts, but yeah, whatever. It's like 4 extra large. It barely fits. Or if you guys are interested in picking up some high Godzillas for yourself, there's also a link in the description for entertainment. CalcusToys.com. You can save 6% off your order. Code SteveCalcus at checkout. They ship free stateside. You get them faster than any stateside shop. But again, there's also Entertainment Earth, another option down there as well if you guys are interested. It depends. I have like a Father of Ultra. I'm not sure what the going rate is on it, but it'd probably be like 50-ish bucks around there. I think I got him. I don't know if I have Mebius anymore. There's a few. I gotta see if I like what I still have boxes for or what's just accessories. But if I do put them up for sale, they'll end up on the Instagram. So again, link in the description. Follow that Instagram, Facebook. They'll end up there on sale. So a good way to keep up to date with that. If I do tend to post stuff, which is definitely going to be in the next day or two. So anyways, see you guys next one. Bye bye.